Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a day that will go down in television history, or at least in the annals of daytime drama. Today on Loose Women, we have a special guest who's no stranger to the spotlight, the Duchess of Sussex herself, Meghan Markle. Fresh from her high-profile ventures in Montecito and her latest lifestyle brand launch, Meghan joins us to discuss everything from royal reflections to her new jam preserves that have the world buzzing. Our panel today is as fiery as ever, the unflappable Ruth Langsford, leading the charge with her signature wit, the ever-opinionated Janet Street Porter, ready to dissect any topic with surgical precision, the empathetic yet bold Kel Bryan, bringing her unique perspective on family and fame, and rounding out the group, the straight-talking Colleen Nolan, who's never one to shy away from a good debate. The studio lights hum with anticipation as the audience applauds, their energy palpable in the air-conditioned ITV set in London. Meghan enters stage left, poised in a tailored emerald green dress that hugs her figure just right, her hair swept into an elegant chignon, exuding that California cool mixed with Kensington Palace polish. She waves graciously, her smile wide and genuine, as she takes her seat between Ruth and Janet, the cameras zooming in for those close-up reactions that viewers at home devour. Ruth kicks things off with her warm, professional charm, leaning forward with a microphone in hand. "Meghan, darling, it's an absolute thrill to have you here. We've followed your journey from Suits to the Palace and now to your entrepreneurial empire. Tell us, how does it feel to be back in the UK, chatting with us common folk?" The audience chuckles, and Meghan laughs slightly, her voice smooth as silk. "Ruth, it's wonderful to be back. The UK holds such a special place in my heart. At tea, rain, and all, and Loose Women, I've watched you all take on the world. It's inspiring." The conversation flows effortlessly at first, touching on Meghan's latest as ever jam line, which she describes with passion as a nod to her childhood favorites, infused with fresh Montecito fruits. Coming back from the break, the studio feels a notch warmer, the audience's applause a touch more enthusiastic, as if they sense the storm brewing. Ruth, ever the consummate host, steers the ship with a segue that's smooth as her perfectly coiffed bob. "Right, ladies, we're delving into the heart of things now. Meghan, your book The Bench and your podcast Archetypes have sparked so many conversations about modern motherhood and racial dynamics in the spotlight. But let's get real. Some say you've painted the royal family in a rather selective light. Care to set the record straight?" The question lands like a velvet-gloved punch, and Meghan's posture straightens, her fingers interlacing on the table as she meets Ruth's gaze head-on. "Ruth, I've always aimed for honesty. My experiences were tough, but sharing them helps others feel less alone. It's not about blame, it's about growth." The panel nods, but Janet, with her trademark no-nonsense flair, leans in. "Growth is grand, but what about the British public who funded your lifestyle? Feels a bit like biting the hand that fed you, no?" Gasps ripple through the audience, and Meghan's cheeks flush ever so slightly, her American accent cutting through the tension. "Janet, the support was appreciated, but the scrutiny was relentless. I think we've all seen how media narratives can twist truths." Colleen chimes in supportively. "Absolutely, the press can be brutal. Remember my own run-ins?" But Ruth isn't letting it slide. Her eyes sparkle with that mix of curiosity and challenge. "Brutal, yes, but you chose that life, Meghan. And now, with Harry, you're thriving stateside. Is there regret? A what if for staying and fighting from within?" The question hangs heavy, and Meghan pauses, choosing her words like a chess master. "Regret? Number. But I miss the good parts of the people, the history. Yet, for my family's safety, it was necessary." Kel adds a layer of empathy. "Safety first, always. As a mom, I get it." The discussion veers into race, Meghan eloquently recounting the Oprah interview's revelations about Archie's title and skin tone concerns, her voice steady but laced with emotion. The tension escalates like a pot on boil, steam rising as Ruth circles back to the family feud that's captivated tabloids for years. "Meghan, let's talk Thomas. Your father's been vocal, heartbroken even, about the silence. As a mother, don't you owe him a call? Forgiveness is a dish best served warm, like your jams." The audience leans forward collectively, breaths held, as Meghan's expression hardens, her eyes flashing with a mix of hurt and resolve. Ruth, owing, family isn't a debt ledger. Thomas made choices selling stories, staging photos that eroded trust. Healing starts with respect, not obligation. Boom! The word stories lands like a grenade, and the panel ignites. Colleen gasps, but he's your dad. Blood's thicker than. Well, preserve. Janet piles on, exactly. Publicly airing dirty laundry, that's the real betrayal. Kel tries to mediate. Ladies, let's not forget the pain on both sides. Estrangement hurts everyone, but Ruth, sensing the moment, presses, her voice rising an octave. Pain? We've all had pain. Meghan, I lost my mum young, didn't sell her out to the press. The personal jab stings, and Meghan fires back. Lost? My narrative isn't loss, it's survival. And selling out? Look at the books. The interviews of yours included. The studio falls silent for a beat, then erupts in murmurs. Ruth's face colors, her hand gripping the mic tighter. My interviews? We're journalists. Love. You're royalty playing victim. The line is crossed. Meghan stands halfway, voice trembling with fury. Victim? Try targeted. The difference is, I fought back. You lot thrive on the drama you decry. Janet interjects with a booming laugh. Oh, pot calling kettle, Duchess. But it's too late. The argument spirals, voices overlapping in a symphony of accusations. Meghan accuses the panel of hypocrisy, citing their own royal critiques. Ruth retorts with entitled ingrate, the word slipping out hot and unfiltered. Audience boos and cheers blend into chaos, the floor manager hovering nervously off camera. Chaos reigns supreme now, the studio a whirlwind of raised voices and frantic gestures, the audience on their feet, some cheering, others clutching pearls in shock. Meghan, her composure cracking like fine china under pressure, points accusingly at Ruth. You sit there judging my life from your safe perch, but have you ever faced the hounds you unleash? Ruth, not one to back down, rises fully, her chair scraping loudly against the floor. Hounds? We're the voice of the people you left behind. Meghan, the taxpayers footing your fairy tale. The exchange devolves into a torrent. Janet yelling about American entitlement, Kel shouting enough over the din, Colleen waving her arms like a referee. Time out, girls. This isn't WWE, but the fuse is lit. Meghan retorts. Fairy tale, more like nightmare. And voices? Yours echo the racism I fled. The R word drops like a bomb, silencing the panel momentarily. Eyes wide in the stunned hush. Ruth recovers first, voice quivering with indignation. Racism. Don't play that card to dodge accountability. The audience divides audibly, half gasping, half applauding. Phones out recording every second for instant upload. Production panic. Set scene of the floor manager signals wildly, producers barking into headsets. Cut to break. No. Ratings gold. Meghan, tears glistening but unshed, grabs her bag. Accountability? Start with empathy. Ruth, this interview? It's why I left. She turns to leave, but Ruth blocks lightly. Leaving already? Can't handle the heat? The physical proximity amps the drama, security inching closer from the wings. Kel pulls Ruth back gently. Ruth, breathe.